I began looking at the wars the United States was in, looking for patterns in the astrology of different transits occurring during the beginning of each war. As I record this video, I'm hoping to give you a deeper understanding and uncover more of an understanding of what different transits and the patterns occurring in the sky at the time when war begins, specifically for the United States. Now, Vietnam, this is the only war that this pattern did not hold true. What did occur, though, was that there were many planets, transiting planets, talking to the same natal planet. So Lilith was trining natal Lilith. Transiting Mars was squaring to natal Mars. So transiting Lilith was trine to natal Lilith. So Lilith was in Capricorn, trining to natal Lilith in Virgo in the 10th house. Transiting Mars was at the top of the chart, squaring to natal Mars in Gemini. Transiting Neptune in Scorpio, the 12th house, was sextile to natal Neptune, and Mercury was conjunct this IC line. I found this to be very interesting because Vietnam War was a war that we fought in the United States, but there was a lot of issues around it. Were we there for the reasons that we were there for, or were there hidden reasons that we were there for? There was a lot of fighting at home in the United States against this war. Neptune here in Scorpio, it's as if there was secrets around this war. Propaganda, that's another word. There was a lot of propaganda around this war. Were we fighting for the country, for the home front, or were we fighting for other reasons of power, trying to take over other power? Pluto was coming into a conjunction with Lilith, Mars, Pluto, Uranus, next to each other. Saturn was at the bottom of the chart, squaring natal Uranus. Mars at the top of the chart, squaring natal Mars. Venus and Saturn were squaring natal Uranus. The North Node is next to Mars. This one I feel is telling a different story. The North Node was in Sagittarius. South Node was in Sagittarius. Not an exact conjunction with the ascendant, but it was close. So it's as if we were fighting for not the correct reasons. It's as if this is telling us a story that we're fighting for reasons that was secretive. There's a secret battle going on that we were not aware of. Again, there's this propaganda, there's this hidden messages of fighting against in this war. Saturn squaring natal Uranus, pushing the boundaries for, again, secret reasons that we were not privy to. Mars next to Pluto at the top, near Neptune, near Lilith, as if there's like these uncovering of secrets, secret powers that we wanted, possibly not for good reasons, or some reasons that, again, this war is different than the rest. And I feel that there's a reason for that we were fighting, but there was a division of power, dividing the country. Saturn in the 4th house, with the Sun and Venus. Emotions were in battle. The home front there was war on the home front. And there was war overseas, but it was like a divided battle between what was going on at home and going on overseas. Like I said, this one was the only one that did not have that other pattern of the same planets talking to the inner and outer planets. The Gulf War. This one had the vertex and lot of fortune that were talking to the sun, and the sun was talking to lot of fortune and the vertex. This one also was a little bit different, but it still had that pattern. Saturn and the sun were conjunct natal Pluto in the 2nd house in Capricorn. And Neptune and Uranus were also conjunct opposite the natal sun. This one, I feel that there was something else going on with this war. Yes, the sun was talking to the vertex and the lot of fortune. It was the vertex and lot of fortune were trine and sextile to the natal sun. So lot of fortune was in Pisces, trine to natal sun, and the vertex was in the 10th house, sextile to natal sun. Again, it's overseas that this war was fought against other governments. Right place at right time. 8th house, resources. I see like this is like resources. This was a war for resources. The United States' resources. I don't want to say lucky, but it was a war fought for the benefit of the United States, for the resources. Saturn and the sun next to Pluto. Power, control, finances, I see, is a war fought for finances, resources. Wanting resources. Pluto here is in Scorpio. Hidden enemies, power, taking control of power for hidden reasons, for power to control the resources. This war was also a bit different. This and the Vietnam War, I feel that were different than the rest. The more I look at this one seems like it was fought more for the benefit of the United States, to have power of resources, hidden power to dominate the resources. Neptune and Uranus in the 2nd house, values, wealth, opposite the sun, wanting to take over resources, feeling that there was the perfect opportunity for the resources of the values, like the perfect opportunity to take control over resources. Transiting Neptune was also squaring natal Saturn, wanting to allies, finances, taking over the finances of other governments. Again, this one I feel is different to like the Vietnam War. There's other reasons for this war besides fighting for freedom, fighting for other reasons, not for freedom, not to defend the country, but for reasons of resources, oil. 9/11 I put in here was not a war, but I just put it in here as well. This one also had that pattern of Venus and Mars. Venus was sextile natal Mars, and Mars was opposite natal Venus. So transiting Mars was in the 1st house, opposite natal Venus in the 8th house. Mars was in Capricorn, opposite natal Venus in Cancer, 2nd house, 8th house. And Venus was sextile. Transiting Venus was in the 9th house, sextile to natal Mars in Gemini. And Saturn was in a conjunction with the descendant. Pluto was also in a conjunction with the ascendant. Uranus was in Aquarius, attacking the home front. With Pluto here, especially next to the ascendant, attack on the country, power threatening the country in Sagittarius. Threatening to take over. It was actually exactly conjunct the ascendant, exactly trying to take over, threatening the power of the United States. Again, this wasn't out of war, but I just thought that would be interesting to take a look at. Neptune was also coming into conjunction with the South Node. Air attack, bombings on the United States, invasion of the United States with Pluto here next to the ascendant. Hope you guys got something out of it. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below of any information that I have shared with you, and I will come back to this. And if you're looking for a personal astrology reading, my link is in the description below. Help you look at your life, understand what's going on to help clear path forwards. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, and share.